Hi everyone, my name is Joseph Berry from Info 244 Online Searching, and welcome to the final presentation for my final project, a LibGuide on how to use SAGE research methods. First things first, a quick overview of the LibGuide. While the topic is specifically about SAGE research methods and how to navigate through it, a good portion of the guide is focused on how to conduct a search in general terms, so that newcomers will be able to understand the concepts I'm trying to teach them. The home page of the guide starts off with a summary and a definition of what the LibGuide is about and what it is setting out to do. I made sure to include instructions on how to access the database using the SJSU King Library resources and to provide easy to follow steps with screenshots on how to search using both the general and advanced search functions on the platform so that users can better familiarize themselves with the SAGE database. I also made sure to go over search tips like how to enhance your search with filters and how to use them in your searches in order to effectively narrow down your results to make your search query more accurate. The guide goes over concepts like Boolean operators, quotation marks, and of course, wildcards to substitute letters within a query. There were some issues that I ran into, however, which is in regards to truncation and proximity connectors, because the site turned out to be rather inconsistent when it came to those search methods, so I made the decision to omit those elements out in order to accurately portray the search engine of SAGE research methods. There are other functions that are also unique to SAGE, such as the methods map, which can help those that are less familiar with research methods to find the best technique to use in their research, as well as the platform's reading list option, which allows users to save the documents in a list and to also find lists of key research methods and statistics resources created by other users as well. And finally, there's information on what users can do once they find the results they're looking for, such as how to cite and print. For the most part, people are unfamiliar with research databases and are usually reluctant to utilize the advanced search feature of most search engines, myself included. So I wanted to make a guide that targets undergraduates from across all social sciences in order to better prepare them for the wide world of searching that they're going to have to get used to. While this resource is specifically geared towards social science researchers, the target audience that I had in mind for this LibGuide is more so towards students in general, who are relatively new to the whole search process behind some of the more academic search engines that are provided by the SASU resources. Nearly everyone at a university is involved in research, from students learning how to conduct research, to faculty conducting research for publications, to even librarians who deliver research skills training, as well as doing research on the efficiency of library services. So I wanted to make a guide that eases them into the process of online searching and research. This guide can also be directed towards the general public as well, or really to anyone who is interested in honing their research skills and want to learn how to use online resources such as these. And as I believe that the SAGE research methods is a great resource for those that are interested in the research process and what goes behind it. My reasons for creating this guide is to teach undergraduates, along with the general public with an interest in honing research skills, the process that goes into online searching, and the navigational skills needed for databases in general. I want to show students how to conduct both a general and advanced search, along with giving them simplified explanations of search tips that will help them learn how to narrow their search results through the use of the site's provided filters and tools. My main goal with the LibGuide was to provide users with instructional materials with easy to follow steps and screenshots. But I also wanted the guide to be a resource that compiles all the beginner information students need to know in order to browse SAGE research methods efficiently. I believe that SAGE research methods is a valuable resource since it supports research at all levels by providing materials to guide users through every step of the research process, and it allows the searchers to utilize the basic functions of keyword searching and filtering. This means that it can serve as a general overview of most other online search platforms due to how search techniques within this platform can be very similar to a lot of other databases, and it is a great starting point for those that are trying to learn advanced search strategies. I currently work at a public library, and as a librarian, I would often have to step in and teach our patrons on how to access our catalog and search for items within it. Because of this, I've had a lot of experience in the field, and I've learned how to fill in different roles in order to help patrons get the information they need. And similarly, I think that for this assignment, I am assuming the same type of role. The role in question is that of an instructor who has to relay search tips and search information to an audience of undergraduate students. I believe that as librarians, we have a duty to teach others how to look for information, and with SAGE research methods, the same principles apply. Whereas I would showcase the platform and guide users on how to navigate the site, as well as meeting their research needs. I created this LibGuide through LibApps, a free resource that's made available by the San Jose State University, and I designed it to be user-friendly and easy to use. I opted for a more simplistic approach, avoiding subpages since I personally found them to be confusing when navigating other LibGuides in the past, and I focused more on conveying the content that I wanted to share in a singular page. This meant that I had to pack a lot of information in, but I made sure to intersperse this with screenshots in order to avoid monotony within my guide. Once I finished creating the guide, I then published it and made it public so that students everywhere can access it and use it for research purposes. There is also a survey at the end for users to provide feedback on whether or not they found this guide to be useful, and if they'll ever recommend it for others to use. This post survey will allow me to get input on the guide and fix it as necessary, and hopefully walk away knowing that the information I provided will be useful to a participant's understanding of the search process and research databases in general.